Hey y'all, and welcome back to another reaction. Um, Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Now, y'all, on December the 2nd in Lafayette County Circuit Court, Judge Kelly Luther sentenced Sheldon Timothy Herrington Jr. to 40 years in prison in connection with the 2022 death of University Mississippi student Jimmie J. Lee. Now, first of all, I want to give a shout out to all my members and shout out to all my subscribers and a definite shout out to all the workers, okay? Because when you work, it's a lot of things that you miss on my channel. You can always come back and catch up, okay? So Luther was sentenced. The judge sentenced. I'm not gonna call him Luther. The judge sentenced Sheldon to 40 years, y'all, on a second degree murder charge with 10 years suspended. Yes, 10 years suspended. The judge also sentenced Sheldon to 10 years on a tampering with evidence charge. This is a total of 40 years the custody of Mississippi Department of Correction. Now, that's just a little highlight, but what I'm going to do is show you all the video. Now, so just in case you missed the trial, okay, give a big shout out to Court TV, okay. The sentence will run consecutively following that 40-year sentence. Harrison will serve 10 years post-release supervision, including 5 years of uh, supervised probation and 5 years unsupervised probation. Um, the judge said that the court is acutely aware that the nation has been watching this case. Now, from the beginning, there's a lot of us been watching this case from the beginning, like I do. I have to come in and out because we have to cover up things over here on this channel, and I appreciate y'all so much. You just don't know. So the judge continued to saying that Jimmie Lee, lived a lifestyle that was different from most people in Mississippi. Because of this, the judge assumed that many people in the country thought there would not be justice in Lee murder. Instead, the judge said that the Mississippi got it right this time. See, they thought Jimmie wasn't going to get justice, but Jimmie got justice, okay? This case was investigated more thoroughly than any case I ever dealt with. That's what the judge said in his 35 years criminal justice system. The judge also said that it was defended as well at any case. He's also mentioned that he dealt in his 35 years. Everybody did their job in this case right here. So justice was served for Jimmie Lee. So y'all, so what I'm gonna do, just because I know my workers, a lot of y'all missed out on the catch a recap. Sheldon Harrington. Let me see. It seems like I missed. Okay, that G. Let me go and put a G after the end. Hold 1 second, y'all, before I start the video. And like I said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what to do. I really don't like telling y'all to do it. Okay, here we go. For my workers who need to catch on this trial. But this is not the trial. This is the sentence, okay? Hearing. Okay, here we go. Shout out for my early morning crew.
First, going to call the case of State of Mississippi versus Sheldon Timothy Herrington Jr., LK 25-147. State of Mississippi versus Sheldon Timothy Herrington Jr., LK 25-522. yesterday on the change of venue, we began to qualify the jury for a matter that we were going to pick a jury in Madison County. Once we got the jury picked, we were coming back to Oxford for a start the trial of a capital murder charge. When I was qualifying the jury, I was notified that there had been an agreement reached by the parties that Mr. Herrington wished to change his plea from that of guilty to mean not guilty to guilty. We went into a separate courtroom, and I took Mr. Herrington's plea of guilty at that time on both the charge in LK 25 147, wherein the charge of capital murder was reduced to that second degree murder, or what's commonly known or used to be known as depraved heart murder in the state of Mississippi. At that time, also a criminal information was prepared in LK 25 522, wherein Mr. Herrington entered a plea of guilty to tampering with the evidence. At that time, I pointed out to Mr. Herrington and his attorney, and they were aware of it, that this court had previously dismissed a charge of tampering with the evidence, in that this court feels that the statute of limitations had ran on that particular charge, and the court still feels that way. But the parties, in order to, as I understand it, in order to resolve this matter without the need of a trial, Mr. Herrington was going to enter the plea of guilty to that tampering with the evidence charge as well, and with the understanding that the court feels that the statute of limitations had ran on that. And I understand, Mr. Hayford, that you advised your client that the statute of limitations had ran, but in order to facilitate this, everybody was going to waive the issue of the running of the statute of limitations. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. After taking the plea, at that time, as I understood it, the family of Mr. Lee, the victim in this matter, was not present in Madison County for the jury selection. They had intended to be here today when we began the actual trial of the case, and I was allowed the parties to reset the schedule, the sentencing in this matter for this morning, so that everybody who wanted to be present could be present. And we're here for that that sentencing today. There, I understand the parties have had an agreement at that time and reduced it to writing a plea petition as to what the sentencing would be in this case. Is that correct? All right. All right. Is there anything else or any preliminary matters I need to deal with prior to announcing sentencing in this matter?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Jimmie would like to address the court.
That'd be the father, Mr. The victim's father. I'll be glad to hear from Mr. Lee. He's welcome to come take the stand and make any statements he would like.
I used PayPal to buy this ticket. I'm paying it off. No fees.
About to take the stand is Jimmie Lee father, the young man who was murdered. By Sheldon Herrington.
Proceed when you're ready.
Yes, Father. I'm only Father.
say, didn't trust me, but it be a mistake to trust me, amen. For we knew that humanity prevailed people would do certain things, would go a certain line. So I pray for this country's humanity to be restored. So people won't do the things that they're doing now, where our conscience is broken. And I think so many events took place to bring this about. But I just want to address the Lord. Jimmy, you never know what God has given me. Not as my son, every single day. I mean, it's a conversation of driving down the road and having all those conversations. But I can't hear his voice. I can't see his face. Only in my memory. I'm just thankful for family holding me up. And just praying that the Lord is strong. That we can finally heal and get past this. And I pray for your family. And I pray that you guys see yourself in Him. And ask God to do what He needs to do for you. I know it's not going to be easy. But God has given me this to let you know. Thank you.
Mm,
My energy bill dropped from $150
that was
to $50.
so, ooh, Lord, y'all, that was so nice. That's what you call a real minister there. He didn't criticize that boy. He didn't justify that boy. Spoke well.
All right. You would, Mr. Herrington? Court having previously accepted Mr. Herrington's plea of guilty in these two cause numbers yesterday has been agreed to, and that there is a sentencing recommendation in this matter. Can the state advise me as what that sentencing recommendation is?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. The state recommends to charge a second-degree murder defendant is 40 years in the custody of this Department of Corrections, with 10 of those years to be suspended and 30 of those years to serve, and 10 of those years on post-release supervision. The charge of tampering with evidence, the state would recommend 10 years to serve in this Department of Corrections. Both count both the first degree of the second degree charge and the tampering charge are run consecutively for a total of 40 years in custody of this Department of Corrections to serve.
All right. I'm going to accept that recommendation. Mr. Sheldon Timothy Herrington Jr. and LK 25147 on the charge of second-degree murder, or commonly known as depraved heart murder, being reduced to that of capital murder. The court hereby sentence you to serve a term of 40 years in custody of the Mississippi Department of Corrections. I'm going to suspend the imposition 10 of those years, leaving you with 30 years to serve. Upon your release, you'll be placed on 10 years of post-release supervisions. The first 5 of those years will be supervised post-release supervision, followed by 10 years, 5 years of unsupervised post-release supervision. It'll be 5 years being the most years of supervised release we can have in Mississippi. On the charge of tampering with evidence, court is hereby sentence you to serve a term of 10 years in the custody of the Mississippi Department of Corrections. These two sentences to run consecutively to each other. It's been the intention of the court that the court impose a total sentence of 40 years in custody of Mississippi Department, 50 years in custody of Mississippi Department of Corrections, with 10 of those years being suspended, leaving you 40 years to serve, followed by 5 years supervised post-release and 5 years unsupervised post-release. You'll pay all court cost fees and assessments in this case. You'll owe nothing on those court cost fees and assessments in this matter for a period of 1 year after your release. After 1 year after following your release, you'll begin paying those court cost fees and assessments at a rate of $100 per month. The court's acutely aware that the nation has been watching this case from the get-go, the people in Mississippi. The state of Mississippi does not have a good reputation in matters concerning this, quite frankly. I may say more than I should say, but when I heard that we'd been getting national publicity over Mr. Lee's death and the fact that he lived a lifestyle that was different from most people in Mississippi, I assumed that a lot of people in this country thought that there will not be justice in this case. I want the world to know that Mississippi got it right this time. This case was investigated more thoroughly than any case I've ever dealt with in my 35 years in the criminal justice system as a prosecutor or a judge. It was defended by both these attorneys and Mr. Herrington's previous attorney, as well as any case I've dealt with in my 35 years. Everybody did their jobs. And ultimately, the state of Mississippi got it right. And I want to thank everybody for y'all's involvement in it. Mr. Herrington, you still have a chance at life. Mr. Lee did not, but you still have a chance at life. I'll encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity, okay? The defendant will be in custody of the sheriff to transportation to the proper authorities, okay? All right. Thank you. And we'll be dismissed.
You know, it's sad when, let me see him walk out. Young boy, y'all. Young man. Lord, please help our young men, black young men, please. Please help them. He need love, y'all. Please save them, because they think that jail. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back.